What goes down, because honestly that is probably the only other option. It's very much one or the other with these two teams, very much in terms of extremes, but there's only one way to find out how this is going to play out, and that is for everyone to go and mess around with the ball a little bit. 5 seconds in, this ball's being kept mid, one of the bigger clears coming through, and of course it goes in favor of FURIA.
FURIA already going to be having some nice control in this one, putting on some pressure onto this Loud defense. Going to be testing them out and seeing what they're made of. But my goodness, Loud, they said, hold on, we're going to see what you're made of, as Drops able to answer right back on the counterattack.
The pre-jump on this one from the clear is absolutely insane, and all that did was force FURIA to scramble back in time to try and defend the shot there, and it just wasn't enough. Nobody back or ready, quite in a manner that made that savable, and now Klaus trying to turn this into a 2-goal lead, not quite able to do so, but Drops ready to fight and go over one. Drafinho keeps this one down in mid. Yan up next. It's a little bit of a slower ball, but FURIA not quite entering this game number one in the way I think they would have hoped for.
Yeah, I think they got caught off guard a little bit. You know, they probably felt really good pushing the pace, and then they got caught slipping. You know, they got caught, and at the end of the day, an amazing play was made on the side of Loud. Drops got one, but here we go, is Lost answering right on back, finding the equalizer. We got ourselves a tie game.
Oh man, great connection on this one too. The original attempt was to get this one into the hands of Drafinho, but at the end of the day, it is okay to push up as that third man if you know you can slot it through, and that's exactly what happened. FURIA takes the risk and pulls out with the reward.
Yeah, yet again, showing that they're not afraid to take those risks when it matters the most, and that's just the confidence and knowing and feeling like you are the better team in this matchup. As Drafinho gonna be getting the second goal in here for FURIA, just solidifying this lead even more as Lost dropped that one right off for him.
I love this play from them. This is more reminiscent of the FURIA that I was waiting to see. The team that we just recently saw on LAN. Hopefully looking to see again soon, but 1-goal lead off this one. Still, again, very early in game number one here. Plenty of time for Loud to try and catch up, which is exactly what they're trying to do now. Some of the better moments as far as pressure went for them, but eventually gets taken away. A tee up, gets sent off by Drops, and Sadness. His positioning was almost good enough that he could have made the clear off that one, but he opted to stay a little bit further back, and this one just falls right back into the hands of FURIA.
Gonna see what they can do with it now as this one's corralled onto their side. It's a nice opportunity for Loud, but nobody was there on the center. Yan gonna take this one by his lonesome. Can he drop it off? For Lost, not going to be able to. Drafinho not able to get a touch onto it either. It's Loud now answering right on back. Looking to try and find this one. Now, I know you said there was going to be a lot of shots in this series, and so far, that's definitely the case. I already have 3 goals going in the first couple of minutes. Really, it was the first, like, 70 seconds that all 3 went in. So a lot of shots definitely coming out from both sides. Lots of aggression, and you love to see that.
And I definitely expected it. These are two pretty offensively heavy teams, especially after the days that they've kind of had today, right? After FURIA having their matches be so close, I would expect them to put a little bit more emphasis on their offense headed into this one, especially against a team like Loud that I'm sure there's an insane amount of experience going up against this roster, right? Because these are two teams that play each other. They're sitting in a world where in the qualifiers, this isn't an odd matchup. However, for FURIA, it is odd for them to be a little slow into the game. This is a better play. They catch the defense out off this one. It just takes a big, long clear. Lost. Tried to steal it last second for the fun of it. But at the end of the day, FURIA goes up by 2.
That's just wrong, Lost. You know you shouldn't have went for that one, man. You got to let that one slide. Oh, man. Oh, a nice answer back, though, from Loud. Because that's going to be a nice goal coming in. Sadness going to be cleaning that one up. And that was just a really awkward touch that the ball took.
Yeah,
from that
this
pinch
one,
like that.
off the kickoff, it was a little bit weird because it's a dead ball there, but then you see the catch on it. The reset, though, to get past that last defender really is what turned that into any sort of a shooting opportunity. And my goodness, same can be said 2 times. This ball has been sent off. Loud eventually it takes demos to take them out of the defense, and FURIA doing their best to just putting one shot after the other on target.
Yeah, so many opportunities FURIA has given themselves right now. Drops is going to be there to get the clear onto this one, but it is going to get sent back down into FURIA's hands. Just waiting for this one, trying to make something happen, sending it back over to this Loud side. Claw's going to try and get the clear, but able to get it past one. Not able to get it past the second, unfortunately. Loud still feeling good, like they might be able to apply some pressure onto FURIA 4 now, but not if Lost has anything to say about it. Trying to get past one defender, not going to be able to whatsoever. There's a low shot going to be coming in, and that one ends up getting saved by Yan.
And this one getting cleared out into the mid there. Great boost collect, but not enough control there to get any contact on it. Instead, Klaus is going to pass this one over to one. Pass over to Drops off the backboard. Waterfall down. Opportunity goes away. 1 minute left on the clock. The FURIA still holding on to their 1-goal lead. Klaus wants to take it away from them, though. Enough to air dribble. Had the flip on it if he wanted to use it. Instead, tried to go for a fake, and it got read like a book.
Right now, Loud's going to need to read FURIA like a book because they need to score, and they've got 40 seconds left to do it. This might be the opportunity. The bump was there, but the shot just barely off target. Not able to get past the defender. A great opportunity right there for Loud, but FURIA able to keep a hold of this game, keep a firm grasp on it. 20 seconds remaining right now for Loud to find an equalizer.
This is a very close one, too. 17 seconds left on the clock here. Yan's 50. Just absolutely drives this one forward and through. You saw the pass from Lost, but it was just that one touch over that last defender into an open net. 14 seconds on the clock, a 2-goal lead. Not impossible, but definitely miracle territory for Loud. Seven seconds left. This one around the corner, this one to drop down 2. Drops. Just trying to make something out of nothing, but it's just, unfortunately, not enough. And there you have it, FURIA number 2, right? Because if the same likes go down again, right, in game number 2, my hopes for a comeback for Loud would be significantly decreased.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, right now, if FURIA can keep that momentum going that they caught in that back half of game number 1, this one could get out of hand fast. Now, I did call it 3-0. I said it would be a close 3-0. But at the end of the day, I don't know if I was expecting Loud to be fighting back this much. Maybe I was expecting a 2-0 game 1, but the fact that Loud put up that many shots and was able to make a few go through, I mean, hey, listen, I'd be feeling pretty good if I'm Loud after game number 1.
I would too. I don't think it was a bad performance by any mean. I think there is a level of respect that Loud came into this series with, knowing that, again, they are the underdogs. They aren't quite the favorites in this one, but that doesn't mean it's impossible, right? They saw what happened with Pechi. They knew that there was a world where these underdogs slowly start to take down the people at the top, and that's what they're trying to do with FURIA, right? They're slowly trying to take them down. And my goodness, working together on plays like that to break past the defense, that could be your answer.
Looking for an opportunity to break the ice that is 0-0 in this game. Already 1 minute down. Looking to make something happen. Drops not able to get a touch onto it. It was left off for him, but now it's heading back the other way. It's FURIA making things happen, and Yan, oh my goodness, all the way across the pitch, able to take it by his lonesome.
That initial pop-up had so much power, but the same can be said for the reset that carried it through. I don't know what went down with Loud on that one. It was a fast shot, but I felt like they had enough time that they could have coordinated themselves in a way to predict if it was going high or low, but at the end of the day, Yan, just the mind games to make Loud discombobulated on the defense is just too strong.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there on the side of Loud. And yet again, Yan says, I'll do it by myself. Trofino leaving it off for him, and Yan yet again getting the reset around the defender. Perfectly on target. It doesn't get better than that.
That might have been a double reset. I could be totally wrong in chat. You can correct me, but that might have been double. Yan is absolutely popping off on this one. Finally, the rest of the team trying to get in on the action. You see Jaffinho and Lost trying to pass this one back and forth to each other to get around, but at the end of the day, inevitably, this falls into the hands of Yan. Another shot taken. Demo coming through could open up an opportunity for Jafinho. But Sadness, defensively, been able to keep this one out. Musty from drops, trying to push this one forward, but nothing has been quite with enough power towards the FURIA net. It's just almost too easy for it to fall into their hands and transition out.
Yeah, right now FURIA is catching everything that Loud is throwing at them and sending it right back with so much ferocity. As right now FURIA is definitely feeling their groove. Loud trying to make something happen in front of the FURIA net. Just like that. It's going to be corralled by Yan, trying to make things happen. Klaus, not able to get a touch that he wanted in front of the net at all. As FURIA, they are roaming on this defensive end. They aren't letting Loud set up any type of plays.
No, they look very consistent right now, which is a good thing if you're a FURIA fan, especially in games past. Although, yes, FURIA is consistent, again, you have to take a look back at what we see them usually play like, and I don't know, I think expectations are usually a little bit higher than this in terms of what they're able to do, but that just could be due, in fact, to, you know, this is an off-season event. Things are a little bit different right now. And for a lot of these teams, a lot more is on the line for these underdogs. So Loud trying to keep up with FURIA, and for now, they continue to do so.
And the way that FURIA was able to set up that play immediately, the second that they were able to get possession of the ball, it seemed like Loud needed to get back and scramble, and that's exactly what they forced them to do. Almost able to make the play with the infield pass, but not quite there. So now we've got 90 seconds left for Loud to try and find a couple of goals, and the way that FURIA has been playing, it doesn't seem like they're going to be letting up whatsoever. They're keeping this pressure on the offensive end.
Keeping that pressure on, too, is wasting precious seconds off of the clock, so you know that Loud is starting to get frustrated. Yan was absolutely about to clip on them, too. It took that touch there to stop him in his tracks. And just over a minute left here on the clock. A couple shots to be taken, but Loud looking to pass one over to the other, but Yan, the man, the myth, the legend, he is a monster in this series.
Yan is a man on a mission, and he's got a plan. And right now that plan is working out to perfection. Up 2-0. Trying to go up 2-0 in this series as well. Right now, just going to be playing some solid defense, making sure they're playing safe, not sorry, like we spoke about earlier.
Exactly. A lot of it just needs to come into this game calculated, and as far as Loud is concerned, that's exactly what they're doing. But unfortunately for them, FURIA, their patience is really what has been paying off throughout the series here. Everything they do has just been so methodical that Loud cannot get past them. The control from drops, though, might be what finally breaks things down. You saw him. He was given maybe an inch. Dude took a mile and placed this one on a bounce up into that upper 90. Unsavable shot, and enough time on the board to try and get back in this.
It seemed like Drops put that exactly where the only place that it could have went in, it needed to be. Like, that was exactly where it needed to be. Perfect shot, perfect execution coming in from Drops. Now they've only got a few seconds remaining. It is on the FURIA half, but what are they going to be able to do with it? It does get popped up one more time. FURIA's going to be looking to kill this any way possible. Jafinho not able to get a touch onto it. This might be it. No, it still hits the side. It stays up, and finally it does get killed, and FURIA is going to be taking the two, be able to force FURIA into another overtime, or is FURIA just going to run away with this one?
Oh, man. I mean, obviously, that's a massive question to try and get an answer to. The only way to find out is here in game. But for now, my eyes just continue to go over to Yan, especially after his performance in that game number 2. He definitely is the decider on if this is going to turn into a crazy shootout that Loud can't keep up with. However, Loud have the information to know that that is the person to slow down. And if they can do that, there is a chance for them to start to come back.
Yeah, already a nice opportunity going to be coming in, but this one is going to be saved by Klaus on the line. Solid stuff coming in from him on the defensive end. We might need to see some offense from Klaus because he definitely was a standout player on the offensive side earlier in the first series of the day. So if Klaus can start to pick things up, maybe Loud will have an opportunity to find a way back into this series.
Match point for FURIA. They do want to end it here, so the motivation might be a little bit stronger. Jafinho, reset, doesn't quite go to anywhere. Loss is going to take this one back. He sees Drafinho already down, trying to set it up. You can't 50 past 3 people. I think that's a bit too much defense to break past, unfortunately. But the pressure doesn't stop here. Yan, he's trying to get this one down, but Loud doing a great job of covering that backboard and slowing down any opportunity that FURIA is trying to create.
Yeah, normally we'd call that a 50-50. I'd call that a 25-75. He had barely any chance of getting that one past the line for sure. So right now, Loud trying to get the center, and there it is. Center directly to drops, puts it directly on target. Great stuff coming out of Loud yet again. They have showed flashes of brilliance like this, and who knows? They might be able to pull something off here.
Hey, I really, really like this play. If I'm honest, I was waiting for Loud to do something fairly similar. And again, it's going to come down to that third man really deciding if they want to play like the high risk, high reward kind of situation. This is a solid shout, though, from Klaus all the way from the mid. He sees it. He pops it up to the ceiling. And all the power in the world to catch out the defense. And Loud, again, back in it, up 2-0.
90 miles an hour, put some speed on that thing. Loud feeling good right here in this game number 3. Maybe they're going to be able to build up some of this momentum right on back. They might be able to get a third goal right here. That would be just the icing on the cake, but no, Yan able to get a masterful save yet again on the line, keeping this one at just a 2-goal game. So right now, FURIA going to be doing everything that they can to reapply this pressure onto this Loud half, but Loud have done a great job so far in this game specifically of keeping it out of their half, keeping it on the FURIA half, and capitalizing on their opportunities.
Exactly, and also I think it's just it's a little bit of a mix of like FURIA's been in such a lead for so long that when it gets taken away, there's almost a little bit of confusion on how to kind of get your footing back together as far as remaining in control. Loud does a great job of, even when they lose the ball for a little bit, the second they get it back, they are in charge. You can see it even here now, right? FURIA, they had the ball, and as soon as they got it, Loud is already up in their faces, ready to make what feels like a million challenges. It's one flick over the other to the backboard. Great defense, though, from Loud, and a huge clear to keep them driving forward.
Yeah, I thought for a second that might have been a top 10 highlight play coming out. I thought he was going to break a couple ankles, but wasn't able to get it past the second defender. So right now, FURIA still doing everything they can to try and get this first goal. They need a couple, but it all starts with one. And right now, Loud is not letting them have anything easy. Loud is keeping up a lot of offensive pressure. They're getting a lot of big clears anytime FURIA does send it down to their half. So I will say right now, Loud, they're playing a masterful game 3. They just got to keep it up.
They really are. It's been a very, very clean one on top of that. And unfortunately, same can't quite be said for FURIA. It's a reset forward into a pass. This is one of the better ones. It's a 50 in after all that hard work. Finally, FURIA find 1 goal.
Great stuff coming out. Unfortunately, at the line, Loud couldn't hold it down and stop the momentum that was FURIA from keeping that thing going in. And here we go. 90 seconds left. Plenty of time for FURIA to find that equalizer. That cushion that Loud had is evaporated, and just like that, the lead they had is gone as well. Lost able to find the equalizer.
Listen, this team are one of the greatest in the world. A lot of people want to say it's subjective. I think FURIA has proved themselves enough times on land that the experience can be carried over into the online world. Pressure doesn't faze them. A minute 25 on the clock. FURIA have tied things up again. Even playing ground between both of these teams. Loud slowly losing control of game number 3. And again, it's match point for FURIA. So as much as Loud thinks they're in control, it is a little bit further out of their grasp than they might think.
Yeah, I thought for a second that Drafinho was going to be able to find another. That would have been devastating if you are a fan of Loud. And just like that, Yan is going to be giving FURIA the lead in this one. They were down 0-2 in game number 3, and now they have the lead with a minute remaining.
Such a great play there, too, from Yan. He drove it up forward, but Drafinho really was the playmaker on that one. It was just a little bit of a finish there from Yan, but teamwork makes the dream work. 55 seconds left on the clock. Time is ticking away for Loud to try and catch up. Low boost, attempt to make a play. This one just over the crossbar, but that was a good opportunity. And a doink into the net from Klaus is what Loud's response to FURIA is.
No, you didn't, Klaus. What a great touch right here. He knew that Yan was going to be directly in line to get the save, and he said, nope, gonna change the direction of this one real quick. Hit him with the one time, and now we got a 3-3 game. Is FURIA gonna be able to put this one away, or is Loud gonna say, you know what? It's a different tide, and we're gonna be changing it right here and now.
It's not impossible. Like I said, we've seen it plenty of times throughout the day where these underdogs sort of are giving crazy runs for the money for some of these top teams here. But FURIA, realistically, they are a different breed and a force to be reckoned with. Demos starting to come out into the field, bump off the spawn, but Loud is in control, even on low boost. An attempt to go down, Yan, definitely right place, right time. Half a tank to work with on this one. 5 seconds left on the clock. Not quite high enough. He would have had to have pre-jumped that one a little bit sooner there if he wanted a chance to send this one back, but there's a world where this becomes an OT again. Still in play. Klaus keeps it up. Drafinho lets this one die, and we've got ourselves overtime, and FURIA attempting to end it in a sweep right here.
They're attempting to literally repeat the first series of the day perfectly. This would be wild if they end up getting it, winning by 2, winning by 1, then winning by 1 in overtime. That would be absolutely wild if both of their series ended up going the exact same route. And right now, Loud is going to be doing everything they can to keep that from happening, but FURIA, they smell blood in the water. They're ready for it.
This is not the end. Yan, the one who's really been stepping up a lot for FURIA in these key moments, had control and lost it. Klaus already pushed up enough, but it's low boost. Shot opportunity, crossbar and out. Accuracy has been the hindrance of Loud right now. So many opportunities continue to just go away at the hands of the crossbar.
And you're not going to get too many opportunities like that against this FURIA roster. You have to capitalize on the opportunities given, especially in an overtime situation where you could be sent down low. Oh my goodness, that save right there was so necessary coming in from Sadness. Yan with an absolute beamer on the net, trying to make something happen. Drops heading the other way, but that one is going to get thwarted yet again. And here we go, Loud able to get possession, keeping this one on the FURIA half, but for how long? As FURIA has been doing a solid job of getting these clears. Drafinho getting a touch on it, making things happen. Loss is right there to get another touch himself. Keeping a lot of pressure on. Loud trying to end it. And yet again, the clears coming out from FURIA.
Low boost for Yan, but cheated up enough to try and go for some bumps and demos. They run back. Great stop there from Drafinho. Slowing it down, he spots Yan. Yan already up to himself. Double tap set off Klaus. The one to keep it out of net. It's slow enough for drops also to make a clear, but it's a great stop here from Drafinho. Sadness up next, taking his time. Loss says no opportunity for you to even take a single shot. They put it back in the hands of FURIA, but quickly lost away. Nobody able to finish that one up. Loud's opportunity goes wayside. Can they finish it here finally? The teamwork pays off.
That was so close. They had a great opportunity and they were able to capitalize on it. Drops did everything he could to keep it in front of the net, and then guess who? Klaus, yet again, a little bit disappointed in themselves for dropping that game, especially heading into an overtime where you figured they would probably feel like they're going to be the more comfortable team in an overtime situation with that much on the line.
Game number 4 officially underway. Yan playing a little bit slower. You see Lost upfield already. And everybody from the end of Loud just completely bunched up, just trying to make sure there's not an early game lead for FURIA. This one immediately taken away, back into the hands of FURIA. The demos, the bumps, everything coming through. They're pulling out all the stops, but not a single shot can be registered from any of the effort that got put out there.
Yeah, the center was there. Unfortunately, so was the defender, so nothing able to come out of that play, even though it looks solid. Right now, FURIA still trying to apply this pressure onto this Loud half, but there we go, as Drop's able to get a touch onto it. Still able to keep it out of the half, almost able to send it directly across into the net. That would have been very, very fortuitous for this Loud roster to get that first goal in such a fashion, but gonna need to go back to the basics as it's gonna be FURIA yet again applying this pressure.
Not too bad. Crazy big clear there. Thankfully, Yan was back just lurking, and it fell right into his hands. Drops up next, the player that ended things and gave Loud the opportunity to even be in this game at number 4. Working together as this one heads back mid. Great challenge there from Lost. Turns this one into a 1v1. Tries to drop it down. Great win there off of it as well. But 3:36 on the clock. Nobody has been able to find their way through either net yet. But anything can happen in a moment's notice.
Oh, for sure. You know, both of these teams could definitely catch fire. And right now, we're waiting for it to happen. We don't know who's going to be able to break the ice and get this first goal, but whoever does, they're going to be feeling a great deal of momentum. FURIA, if they get it, they'll be feeling like, okay, we're putting this series away right here and now. Let's do this. If Loud get it, they're going to feel like, okay, we've got the momentum. We got FURIA really on their heels. They're probably going to be way less nervous at that point. You know, but right now, I'm sure the nerves for Loud are going crazy.
For sure. They're definitely in a situation where they have to try and keep up, and with their backs against the wall, being forced to play defense for so long, eventually that boost has to run out, and I think FURIA is well aware of that. Loud just trying to keep up and make sure FURIA eventually gets sent back to their own half while they have time. Drops just cheating up on this one. Yan over one, not past Sadness, off the side wall, back into the hands of Jaffinho, and less than half the game to go. Everybody remains scoreless.
Yeah, this might be the first game of the entire day that has went 2.5 minutes without a score. It seems like almost all the games have been at least decently scoring pretty early, in my opinion. So, I mean, this one, for it to go 3 minutes now with no goals, pretty shocking.
Definitely, I would agree on that one, but there it comes. Oh my gosh. The words, no words. This is just Lost being Lost. It's pure control. I don't want to call it cringe, but the demo bump play on him puts FURIA in a lead. Listen, you got to do what you got to do when you've been down for so long. And, well, FURIA put themselves into a lead.
Hey, we can't be mad at them going for that play. That's a solid play. You know, can't be mad at that. It's not too out of the box for FURIA. You know, they love those demos. They love those bumps. Anytime they can clear the way, they'll do it all day long. Right now, FURIA is still trying to build on this advantage that they found, and oh man, not able to get the center on target. Not able to get that one either, but they're still giving themselves tons of opportunities. Someone from Loud is going to need to get a hood on it. And finally, it's heading the other way. It's going to be saved by Jaffinho, but heading right back is going to be FURIA, applying relentless pressure. Lost, he's up off the backboard, and that's going to be a beautiful goal, as Jaffinho is going to be able to find the back of the net.
Oh, man, and it's unfortunate, too, because you saw Drops go up for it, but because there was no connection on it, Sadness gets put into a position where he knew that if it goes behind him, there really is no saving that, and that's exactly what went down. FURIA, a minute 15 seconds away from shutting this down. They're playing the patient game, and it's paying off.
FURIA doing a solid job right now in this game 4. They finally have that 2-goal buffer. I don't think they've had that the entire series, and there we go. Another goal. Beautiful goal coming in from FURIA, as Lost was able to send that one off the backboard, left it off. Or excuse me, Yan left it off the backboard, and Lost get the cleanup. Great stuff coming out of FURIA yet again.
I keep talking about patience with this FURIA squad, and really that is just the name of the game for them right now in game number 4. This one to the backboard, Drops, trying to collect it. Yan sends it right back. Couldn't quite turn that one into a double or get another touch on it. Fortunately for Loud, they do now have the opportunity to make a pass, and it works. It goes through. 43 seconds on the clock. That's enough time to get back into this one. But you're going to have to keep doing this.
Yeah, Lost wasn't able to get a touch onto it. He went for it, and it was a little bit of a risky play. I thought he was going to be able to get it. I'm sure he did as well, but that little bit of a mistake ended up costing them a goal, and now Loud probably feel a little bit of life. Still plenty of time for them to get a couple of goals, but the way that FURIA has been playing so far in this game in particular, I don't know if that's going to be all that easy for Loud to be able to accomplish.
Yeah, I think that shot right there would have needed to go in if they wanted to have the chance. Maybe this one, but no bump play to be found onto Jaffinho. drops, just trying to keep it going, but it's almost like beating a dead horse. You're taking shots at something that definitely isn't going to go through. 8 seconds on the clock. It's a tee up for Jaffinho, and it finds its way into the net. You saw it again. The name of the game today is patience, and it is paying off for FURIA.
Yeah, and that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. FURIA is going to take this series in 3-1 fashion. A dominant performance out of them overall. Yes, there was a lot of close games, but at the end of the day, they found themselves in control most of the way. And aside from, that one game in overtime, they had a really solid showing. So big props to FURIA yet again, pulling it out.